Hello everybody, I'm Peter the Book Lover and this is Halls of 8. This is where I talk about 8 of the newest books that I just have received from the book boxes. Let's talk about these books. Hello everybody, I'm thanking you for coming here. I'm Peter the Book Lover, and in these videos I talk about 8 of the most recent books that I just received. And I've got some pretty good books here, and I'm going to really enjoy talking about them. Hopefully that you'll enjoy me talking about them. But before I get into the books, I want to thank everybody for being here. You're awesome for coming by, and I thank you for giving me your time. You're really cool for being here, and thank you. Okay, let's get into this, and let's just start out. Here's book number 1. The first book is by William Shakespeare, as Othello. Now this is a unique way to experience Shakespeare. This is no fear Shakespeare. This has it written in Shakespearean language and also in plain English. And this is going to make it a little bit easier to read Shakespeare. I'm looking forward to this because I enjoy Shakespeare's books quite a bit. My favorite is Romeo and Juliet. I think it's pretty great. Okay, the next book I'm going to talk about is a book by Michael Crichton. This one is a book called Prey. Now, I am a fan of Michael Crichton. He is a very good author. I'm not a big fan because I've only read a couple of his books, but I've read Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park: The Lost World. And both those books were fantastic. And I had a great time watching the movies and also experiencing the books. And the books are fantastic. And I'm looking forward to reading this. Plus, I got more other books by Michael Crichton that I'm looking forward to reading. He's a pretty interesting author. The next book I'm going to talk about is a biography. And this is about Harry Houdini. This is a biography of Harry Houdini by Vicky Cobb, and I find Harry Houdini to be a very interesting character. He did a lot of fantastic magic tricks to where he escaped from things, and plus he had a talent of being able to be punched in the stomach really hard. Although I hear that he got punched off guard, and that's what killed him. And I'm pretty sure the person that actually caught him off guard and punched him in the stomach and killed him probably felt pretty awful afterwards. This looks pretty interesting. I'm ready to read this, and I'm looking forward to it. The next book that I have is by Arthur Conan Doyle. This is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Now, I already have 2 other books by Sherlock Holmes, plus I have The Hounds of the Baskerville by itself, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. I've read one of his collections, and they were all pretty interesting. The best story, though, was The Hound of the Baskerville. It was a very good story, and also I think this is a very attractive book. I like it. It's pretty cool. It looks attractive. I love the silver trim. Okay, the next book I have here is written by Roald Dahl. This is Billy and the Minpins, and this is a book that I have read already. I went to the library, and I believe I've read this already. And I have a bunch of other Roald Dahl books, and I'm a big fan of his writing style. Plus, I'm a fan of Quentin Blake. He's a fantastic illustrator. And I'm looking forward to checking this out again. You know, and I'm happy that I have this to my collection because I have a pretty good size collection of Roald Dahl books, and I'm very happy to have this. Roald Dahl, Billy and the Minpins. Okay, the next book that I have here is written by William Golding, and that is Lord of the Flies. Now, this is a classic. I have read this before and I really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to reading this again. This is a very interesting story about a bunch of kids getting stuck on an island, and they form politics, and they join different sides, and it's a pretty interesting story. I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to reading this again. And this is a nice copy. I think it's very attractive, and I can't wait to read it. Okay, the next book that I have is a book written by Ray Bradbury, and this one is his classic, Fahrenheit 451. And this is a book I have read, and I think this is a very interesting story. It's a little bit dated. I think, I read this in 2023, and it was pretty interesting, but then at the same time, a lot of the things in this book is a little bit dated, but the concept is pretty cool. And the whole idea of firemen being sent out to set fires is pretty ironic. Usually they're the people that put out the fires, but in this story, they actually start the fires. Pretty interesting. And I'm looking forward to checking this out again. And I like having this copy. This is a very, very attractive looking copy. Okay, the next book is written by Pierre Boyle, and that is the book of Planet of the Apes. And I've never read this before. I am excited to have this because I like the movie Planet of the Apes. The ending of Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite endings, and I'm really looking forward to checking that out. And yeah. This is the one thing that's cool about this is that I found out that this is not a novel that was written after they made the movie. This is the novel first, and then they made a movie of it. This, and I believe he wrote Bridge Over the River Kwai, and that's another movie that I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it, and I'm looking forward to reading this. This could be a very interesting book. This is very interesting movies, in my opinion. Okay, that's all the books that I'm going to show you in this video. I want to thank you for stopping by. It's really great to have you here. Thank you for giving me your time. If you haven't subscribed, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? That would really help me out a lot. If you like the video, a like would be wonderful. And if you want to leave me comments, I really like to look at the comments. And I always respond to the comments. As long as I have the small audience like I have, it's not a problem responding to everybody that responds to me. And I thank everybody that does that. So that's it for the video. Thank you for coming by, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.